Imagine a disaster so devastating that entire countries lose their crops. Fields that once produced wheat, rice, and corn become empty. Food shortages spread across continents. Now imagine there was one place on Earth built to help humanity start again. A place hidden inside a frozen mountain, protected by thick rock, permanent ice, and some of the harshest weather on the planet. It isn't a military bunker, it doesn't store gold, and it isn't designed for people. Instead, it holds something far more valuable: millions of seeds. Seeds collected from almost every corner of the world. This is the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, often called the Doomsday Vault. It sits on a remote Arctic island between mainland Norway and the North Pole. Most people will never visit it. Yet the future of global agriculture may one day depend on what lies behind its massive steel doors.
The vault officially opened in 2008. Its purpose sounds surprisingly simple: to create a secure backup of the world's most important crop seeds. Every country depends on agriculture, but crops can disappear. War, floods, droughts, plant diseases, even human mistakes can wipe out unique varieties that took thousands of years to develop. Once those seeds are gone, they may never return. That is why scientists created a global insurance policy. Not for money, not for buildings, but for the plants that feed humanity. But why build this vault in one of the coldest places on Earth? Why not somewhere easier to reach? Why travel thousands of kilometers just to store seeds inside a frozen mountain? The answer reveals one of the smartest engineering decisions ever made, and it's far more fascinating than most people realize. At first glance, Svalbard seems like one of the last places anyone would choose to build a vault. For several months each year, darkness covers the landscape. Temperatures regularly fall far below freezing. The nearest major city is thousands of kilometers away. But those harsh conditions are exactly what make this place so valuable. Scientists weren't looking for comfort. They were looking for security. The vault is built deep inside solid sandstone, about 130 meters into the mountain. The thick rock acts as a natural shield, protecting the seed collections from storms, earthquakes, and many outside threats. Even more important is the frozen ground surrounding it. Known as permafrost, this layer of permanently frozen soil helps keep the inside of the mountain naturally cold all year. If the electricity ever failed, the freezing temperatures of the mountain itself would help preserve the seeds for a long time. It is a simple idea backed by nature itself. Inside the vault, the temperature is maintained at -18 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, most seeds can remain viable for decades. Some may survive for centuries. Others could last even longer, depending on the species. Each seed sample is carefully sealed inside special moisture-proof packages. Those packages are then placed in storage boxes and arranged on heavy-duty shelves inside secure chambers. Nothing is left to chance. It is a simple idea backed by nature itself. Although people often call it the Doomsday Vault, it wasn't built because scientists expect the end of the world. Its real purpose is much more practical. Every year, valuable crop collections face risks from conflict, natural disasters, equipment failures, and accidents. The Seed Vault exists to make sure that if a collection is ever lost, it can be restored. It's a backup system for the world's food supply. But that raises an important question. Who owns the millions of seeds stored inside? And can anyone simply walk in and take them? The answer is far more controlled than most people imagine. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault may store millions of seeds, but surprisingly, it doesn't own a single one. Every seed inside the vault remains the property of the organization or country that deposited it.
Think of it like a secure safety deposit box at a bank. The vault provides protection, but the contents still belong to the depositor. This unique system encourages countries from around the world to participate without giving up ownership of their valuable crop collections.
Before any seeds arrive, they are carefully selected by gene banks. These institutions preserve plant diversity by collecting different varieties of crops from farms, forests, and rural communities. Some seeds come from plants grown in harsh deserts. Others have adapted to tropical rainforests, high mountain valleys, or fertile river plains. Each one carries unique genetic traits that could become valuable in the future. A variety that survives drought or resists disease could one day help feed millions of people.
Once prepared, every seed sample is dried to reduce moisture. This slows natural aging and increases its lifespan during storage. The packets are sealed, labeled, and recorded in an international database before entering the vault. Every step follows strict scientific standards. Accuracy is essential. A single mistake in labeling could make a rare collection difficult to recover years later. Although thousands of deposits have been made over the years, there has been one remarkable moment when the vault fulfilled its true purpose. A conflict in the Middle East forced researchers to abandon one of the world's most important agricultural research centers. Its priceless seed collection was suddenly beyond reach. For the first time, the backup stored inside Svalbard had to be opened, and the seeds were returned. It proved that the vault was more than a symbol. It worked exactly as it was designed.
But despite its incredible design, some experts believe the seed vault cannot protect every part of humanity's food future. Why? Because preserving seeds is only one piece of a much larger challenge. In the next chapter, we'll uncover the vault's limitations and explore whether this frozen fortress could really help humanity recover from a global catastrophe. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault is often called humanity's backup plan. But no matter how impressive it is, it cannot solve every problem. The vault preserves seeds. It does not preserve farmland. It cannot replace healthy soil. It cannot stop droughts, floods, or rising temperatures. A seed may survive for centuries inside the vault, but it still needs the right conditions to grow. Without fertile land, clean water, and stable weather, even the world's best seed collection has its limits.
Another challenge is biodiversity. For thousands of years, farmers developed countless local varieties of crops. Some could survive harsh winters. Others tolerated extreme heat. Some resisted pests or disease better than modern commercial crops. But as agriculture became more industrialized, many traditional varieties disappeared from everyday farming. When a unique crop is lost, humanity may lose valuable genetic traits forever. That is why preserving diversity is just as important as increasing food production. Sometimes, the smallest seed holds the biggest solution.
Climate change has made this work even more urgent. As temperatures continue to change, farmers around the world face new challenges: longer droughts, unexpected floods, new plant diseases, changing growing seasons. Scientists are constantly searching for crop varieties that can adapt to these conditions. Sometimes the answer isn't creating an entirely new plant. It's rediscovering one that has been safely preserved for decades. And that's exactly why seed banks matter. They protect possibilities, not just for today, but for generations yet to come. Even so, the future of global food security doesn't depend on one vault alone. It depends on thousands of researchers, farmers, governments, and seed banks working together across the world. The vault is only one chapter of a much bigger story. A story about protecting the foundation of human civilization. Because without agriculture, every nation, every economy, and every society would eventually struggle to survive.
Hidden inside this frozen mountain, humanity has stored one of its greatest treasures. But perhaps the most important lesson isn't about the vault itself. It's about what it represents. Deep inside a frozen mountain, millions of tiny seeds sit quietly in the darkness. They make no sound. They ask for nothing. Yet together, they represent thousands of years of human history. Every civilization has depended on agriculture, from the first farmers who planted wild grains to today's advanced food systems. Our survival has always depended on the ability to grow crops. The Seed Vault protects that legacy, not because disaster is certain, but because preparation is wiser than regret.
Around the world, scientists continue searching for stronger and more resilient crops. Farmers experiment with new growing methods. Researchers study plants that can survive difficult climates. The work never stops, because every generation faces new challenges. Food security is no longer just an agricultural issue. It is an economic issue, a scientific issue, a humanitarian issue, and increasingly, a global responsibility. The decisions made today could determine how future generations feed themselves decades from now. Perhaps the greatest lesson of the Seed Vault is that humanity is capable of thinking beyond the present. It reminds us that some of the world's most important investments are not measured in money, but in possibilities. A single seed may seem insignificant, yet inside it lies the potential to grow forests of food, support entire communities, and help rebuild lives after unimaginable hardship. Sometimes, the smallest things carry the greatest hope. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault is more than a storage facility. It is a reminder that protecting the future often begins with preserving the past. Hidden beneath ice and rock, it waits quietly, not for the end of the world, but for the moment when humanity might need a second chance. And perhaps that is its greatest purpose. Not to predict disaster, but to make sure that hope is never lost. If you enjoyed uncovering the story behind the world's most important seed collection, please subscribe to Beyond Maps and turn on notifications. Every documentary on this channel explores the hidden places, forgotten history, remarkable engineering, and extraordinary ideas that quietly shape our world. Which hidden place should we explore next? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next journey